Hi, my name is Sylvie. I am a certified health coach and yoga instructor, and in today's video I share 5 proven tips to learn to headstand. If you want to try to headstand as an adult, it is different than learning as a child, and I learned to headstand after the age of 40. I thought this video would be helpful because it's all fresh in my memory. Now, why would you want to learn to headstand? Well, because it's cool, of course. But that aside, there are many benefits, and I recommend you go and check the link in the description below to find my blog post where I share some of the benefits of doing the headstand, and also you'll find some safety recommendations because I'm not gonna bother going over that in this video. I just want to get to those tips as quickly as possible. What you'll need to get started, you'll need to be close to a wall with your yoga mat and possibly some yoga blocks. Start by clasping your hands, and then you're going to rest your hands right here near the wall. How close to the wall you get, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, maybe a foot away from the wall is good enough. And then before you put your head down, press your forearms on the mat. Engage your core as well as your shoulders. You're lifting your shoulders up, pressing down through your forearms. Many people who get started with the headstand just press their heads on the mat and collapse there without pressing through their core and their shoulders. And that makes a huge difference. Not only that's what enables you to do the headstand when you press down and use your core, but also it will relieve some of the pressure on your head. As a newbie, you may still find it a bit uncomfortable on your head, and so you can always use a pillow at first. I know I did, and then as with practice, you'll find you won't need it anymore. Now, once you have your shoulders engaged, you're pressing your forearms down and you're engaging your core as well, you can put your head down, just the top of your head on the mat, and then your hands sit behind your head. Once you're here, you can tuck your toes. You're going to lift your knees up. Now, if you look at my butt, it is not aligned, so you have to make sure that you walk up further and further to get the proper alignment. You're gonna get your feet as close to your upper body as possible, and then you can also raise yourself up on your tippy toes. That'll help you bring your butt back. Another thing you can do is you can use yoga blocks. So if you bring your feet higher, it'll be easier to get your hips higher. You'll be doing it like that here. And actually, when it comes to stacking your hips, you'll find that as you are going up, your butt needs to be even further back than you think. It feels a little bit scary. You don't want to go that far back, but go further back. And that's where you'll have the right alignment. So when I got started with the headstand, I did what a lot of people do or tell you to do, and it's to kick up into your headstand. And so when you try to kick up, you kind of go like this, and then you flop on the wall, and it's really hard to balance. Instead, I learned to take advantage of my hips being stacked properly and not using momentum. Instead of using momentum to get yourself up, you're using your muscle strength. You're engaging your core, you're engaging your thighs, you're pressing through your shoulders. If your feet are raised and your hips are aligned properly, they're further back, and now you can just lift one leg up and you barely have to kick. You can kind of just use your strength rather than using momentum. Here you have the basics to get your headstand, but the last 2 tips are some things that you can practice to learn to balance and also develop muscle memory. One exercise that's really helpful, for example, is to learn the toe taps. You're going to get into position. Again, make sure you're engaging your core and that you're pressing your forearms down. And then
You're stacking your hips properly, and you're going to bend one knee, and then take it down, bend the other knee, and you're switching like this. You can practice this exercise to gain the balance and the muscle memory and the strength.
And my last tip is to practice the tuck handstand. For the tuck handstand, you're going to simply do what we just did, but you're going to stay here. That's your tuck handstand. And then feel your knees against your chest. You're bringing your knees close to your chest, but then you can move your knees up and down. And then that's how you can lift up into your headstand from the tuck handstand. That's it. If you follow these steps, you should be able to get your headstand, no matter your age. A big part of learning to headstand is to overcome the fear. Being upside down is a little bit scary at first. Just keep practicing, and as you get used to it, you'll find that you're not as fearful. Also, having the walls and having plenty of blankets around you helps get started, and you'll find that using the information that I shared today is really helpful. Thank you for watching. See you next time.